Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button. Also, click on the bell icon so you'll get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me on the live streams. Feel free to ask me anything, about what's going on. And I'd love to chat about my diet, or if you're trying to diet, I'd love to hear about what you got going on as well. Or outside of my live streams, you can consider joining the Discord that I've created. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also, if you're interested in getting some ideas of the meals that we enjoy, we have a link in the description to a Pinterest board that has a lot of our family's favorite whole food plant-based meals. Connor McManus says, "Hi, Jonathan." Hi, Connor. I hope you're having a great day. Pretty Girl's mom. Hey, howdy, Jonathan, and the rest of your family. Yes, thank you for checking out today's broadcast. It's Weigh-In Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the scale. A quick recap. Today is day 564 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I started this challenge on November 1st, 2020. I had a starting weight of 519.8 pounds. Last week, I did have a gain, which put me at 303.2. So I'm hoping to have a loss today. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the scale and see how I did. Yeah, you can read it. Looks like it was out of focus, but it was 301.6. Let me get that here and fix it on the screen. So 301.6 means I had a 1.6 pound weight loss. That leaves me 1.6 pounds away from 300 pounds. So I'm halfway back to the 300 pound mark. And I'm really happy with that result. Any week that I can have have the scale go down is a good week. So being 301.6 is awesome. I don't have a calculator here, but that puts me at like 298.2 pounds lost, if I'm doing my quick math right, which I'm probably not. But anyways, so that's awesome. I'm getting real close to that. I'm sorry, 218. I wish I was 290. I knew I was doing the math wrong. 218.8 pounds. And so that is awesome for the past week. I didn't really do anything to push the weight loss this week. I didn't have any big workouts. I did do yard work and things like that, but I didn't do any workouts like at the gym or do any running or biking. And I ate pretty much every meal. I did skip breakfast this morning. I had a couple oranges, handful of cashews, and a big glass of cherry juice for my breakfast this morning. I'm going to switch over to the main screen here. Last night for dinner, we had a salad, which was awesome. And then I also had something after that. So this was dinner last night. I love these salads. I've talked about it in the past. Every time Carrie's saying hello, Carrie. I hope everything's going great today. I always lament the idea of having a salad. I'm getting over it. I'm getting better at it because I know that every time that we do end up having a salad, I really enjoy it. So last night we had salad, which was probably about the only thing we could have had last night that I would have been okay to eat, because everything else would have been so heavy. We seem to have a lot of chickpeas in our diet, and all those meals seem really heavy, whereas this was a very light meal and very filling. So that's what we had for dinner last night. Lots of great ingredients in there. The greens we use is spinach I think it's almost all spinach in this one here. You can see a little bit of celery, some corn, some carrots. If you look close, there's actually some brown rice in there as well, some red bell peppers, peas, just a huge mix of vegetables. And then we are using the mustard dressing that we have on our salads. It's made with mustard and maple syrup, I think, is what Carrie uses to sweeten it, and that's generally what we have on most of our salads. So I had that kind of. Carrie mixes it in a big mixing bowl like this, and then we split it between the two of us. And then after we had the salad, I saw that Carrie did have a couple baked potatoes cooked up. So I took some baked potatoes, put a generous helping of the mustard dressing on that, mixed it up, made like a mashed potato, and I had that for dinner as well last night. So I wasn't, I should hide this before I show all that, right? So I wasn't fasting through the night last night like I had been kind of the past few weeks to keep my weight down or to try to push to that thing for my birthday. My mic is hot. Good job on the weight, 1.6 pounds to go. I hope my mic is hot is a good thing. So, and so, yes, I'm excited to be halfway back down to there. And like I said, I didn't have to push it super hard. Like, I don't really feel like having cherry juice, oranges, and some cashews is fasting. I had a decent number of calories in all of that, and so I just didn't eat anything that was heavy or gonna weigh me down like a big bowl of oatmeal like I normally have. And I still would have probably had a loss. I wouldn't have eaten a pound of oatmeal. And so I'm happy with the week, and really had some great meals throughout the week leading up to this point. So excited to be closer to 300 again, and I feel amazing today. Like, this shirt that I have on, it's a shirt Carrie bought me, but I really like how it fits. It says be a goldfish. And so I've been just feeling really confident in the outfit. Like I said, I feel like it fits really nice, and just I did a lot of running around today and was just around people, and it was nice to feel good. Carrie says, looking good. Jane asks if I find the cherry juice beneficial. I do. I absolutely don't know the science behind it. I know that a couple of the books that I have read in the past year and a half have talked about cherry juice, and specifically the tart, like the Montmorency cherry juice. And so that is the type of juice that we drink now. They say it has anti-inflammatory benefits. I would believe it. I'm not a doctor, and I'm only experimenting on myself, but I drink a lot of cherry juice, and it gives me kind of a flavored drink, and it's nice. I like it a lot. I drank it a lot while I was training for the sprint triathlon that I did back in July of 2021. And I feel like it helped with my recovery. So I'm a big fan of drinking cherry juice. And I know I feel like I've read it. It might have been in the Rich Roll book, or I'm not sure, but I know there was a few books where they talked about it. You just got some from Costco. That's where we get ours from. It's the cheapest per volume. And a couple weeks ago, I shared a photo. I just bought a whole crate of 8 of them when I went there because they weren't extremely expensive. I knew I was going to drink all 8 of them. I've gone through all 8 of those, and we've bought 3 more, and we're through one of those already too. So I drink cherry juice a couple times every day, and I don't know. It's different than apple juice. I mean, I will drink apple juice if we have it at the house, but I would prefer to drink a cherry juice over the apple juice. Yeah, so that is my opinion on that. Connor says, I've come a long way, looking great. Thank you so much, Connor. Yeah, I really feel great. And it's that confidence that it builds up to. You know, everything I used to wear before was just big and baggy. I don't know if I have a photo of myself from, I feel like I have, what's this? No, well, that's me at the beginning, but you know, everything was, it actually was tight on my body, but it was definitely designed to be loose and not. In fact, I'm wearing the same shirt in this photo as I'm wearing right now. So this is not from today. Obviously, my beard. Well, I could have shaved my beard, but this is from a while ago. I don't think I have. Oh, here we go. This was the one I was looking for. It's the same photo with just no background. Hey, there's fat me. So yeah, it's really nice to have that kind of confidence, or to be able to walk around just a little bit more puffed up in the chest, you know. Anyways, so food, weight was awesome to lose 1.6 pounds. Like I said, I had a busy day today with work. I feel like this diet just tears at me, like, in my social life. I ended up having to see a couple of my friends that I've known since I was 16 years old, and the other since I was probably 18 years old. And I was returning something I borrowed from one of my friends, and another one of my friends was borrowing something from me. So I ran into both of them today, and they're in different stages of their life or their different points. But my one friend was eating, and he knows the diet that I eat and that I've eaten this way. And I actually had a pretty, what I felt like was intense discussion with him about veganism while I was listening to the book, This is Vegan Propaganda by Earthling Ed, because I really had mentally reading that book, because I didn't come to this diet and eating a vegan diet because of the animals. I eat this way because I feel like that it's the healthiest way for me to eat, and to allow me to lose the weight and to get to a weight that I can maintain and that I should be at. And so the veganism has been a secondary thing for me, but just everything I've seen, it's like I can't unsee the things I've seen. I've watched the Dominion movie. I've seen the YouTube video, Dairy is Scary, and I've watched Milked, and I've seen a lot of vegan documentaries now, Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, all of those. And I just can't not notice the dead animals around, as awful as it is. But I never thought of it that way. And anybody that hasn't seen all this thing and isn't eating this way wouldn't see it that way. But when you go to the grocery store and you walk by the meat department, it's a bit depressing if you think about how many eyeballs and ears and brains that those things represent, like actual beings, you know. Like, we don't see them that way when we see them at the grocery store. But anyways, I was meeting up with my friend, and it was over lunch at his place of work, and he was getting his lunch ready, and I noticed that he had a big salad. Like, it was a nice big salad, and so I was like, that was really cool. And then he opened it up, and I saw that there was fried chicken or some sort of breaded chicken on the top of it. And it doesn't bug me. I mean, I can't, for 38 years of my life, or 38 and a half years of my life, I I would have eaten chicken, in front of a vegan and not thought twice about it. Like, not even considered what they were thinking while I was sitting there eating I wouldn't have eaten a salad. That comes in a little bit. And Connor says Milked is very good. You highly recommend everyone watch that. Yeah, it's good. It is mostly PG, but there's a couple scenes that are graphic. If you aren't interested in seeing some of the graphic parts of the industry, then just be warned. But it's probably the least graphic of any of the ones. It's 100% the least graphic of any of the ones I just mentioned. So anyways, he started taking a salad. He put his dressing on it. Looked like it was probably dairy-based dressing. Like I said, and he shook it up, and we were talking for a few more minutes, and kind of right before I was getting ready to leave, he was like, have you ever had these Chick-fil-A salads? They're amazing. And my first response to him was that when I was going to Chick-fil-A, I never would have bought a salad. But no, I've not had the Chick-fil-A salads. But like the whole time he was putting the dressing on it and shaking it up and eating it and everything, like in the back of my head, we're having a conversation, but in the back of my head, I'm just kind of like, man, like, I mean, not only what I believe that he's doing for his health, like he is eating a good volume of food, and having those lettuce leaves in his stomach and in his digestion will actually prevent him from digesting all of the bad shit that is in the breaded chicken and the dressing he had. Unfortunately, the really bad stuff is liquid, so it finds its way around those lettuce leaves. But also I kind of am just like, a whole being had to die for you to have that chicken. And so it's just weird. Like, these are not things I would have thought 18 months ago. And it's I feel weird even I guess it's probably weirder that I'm talking about it on stream, but it's just different that I didn't think that I would be having these experiences when I started this challenge. Like, I didn't know what I was expecting, but this diet and this lifestyle or whatever is just so different than whatever I ever comprehended that I would be doing. So this says no data, but I don't. Okay, now it says excellent connection. That's awesome. So it makes me nervous sometimes. And then the other interaction I had with my friend, which also, again, I feel like a judgmental ass about the whole thing, and it's all based off of diet and what I feel like I've learned over the past 18 months. But another one of my friends that I met with, we were hanging out, and he's done an amazing job at losing a lot of weight in the past. Pretty much the same time that I've been doing this, he's lost a third of his body and gotten to less than my goal weight. So he's been doing amazing, and I really think it's awesome everything he's done. But he also is doing it in a way that it's been done by lots of people, and I commend all of the effort that he's had to put in, but at the same time, I don't know how sustainable it is. And that's because he works out a lot. Like, he runs for hours a day, and today we were talking, and he had showed me kind of his latest workout and how he had burned 2,000 calories. And he was like, isn't that awesome? And it is awesome that he did a workout that he burned 2,000 calories. But he's like, I don't even hardly eat 2,000 calories in a day. And then that just kind of like, oh man, like, because I know he's eating half portions, and for a while that is maintainable. And and it's great. But like when I got injured with my arm after I did that sprint triathlon, and within a week after the sprint triathlon, I tore my distal bicep tendon and just stopped working. Like I've gone to the gym 5 times maybe since I did that in July. And if I wouldn't have fixed my food before having that injury, then I would have skyrocketed. And I did stop losing weight because I allowed that as an excuse. And we also had some other things going on that I did start kind of trying some vegan junk food once a week. But I know that if I would have been eating half portions of food and gotten in, and then losing weight by going to, because I've done it. I did this in 2009. I don't remember the numbers, but I know that in 2009, 2010, I just pounded the gym and didn't go to the dinner table for that whole time that I tried to lose weight. Connor says, gotta run. Sorry if I missed you. I'm glad I was able to make the live stream and look forward to more. Keep up the good work, Jonathan. Really enjoy listening to your daily updates on everything. You rock. Thanks. Absolutely. I love the support. But yeah, so he was talking about what he was doing to lose the weight and how he's been working out. And then he was kind of giving me a hard time about not going and working out with him. And I just I was like, this is my philosophy on it. And I believe it's 100% the philosophy that for me, but health and weight loss is found at the kitchen table and it's found on the plate. Health is found on the plate. Fitness is found in the gym and it's found by working out. And I know that I can get fit. Like I went from being 520 pounds to losing 150 pounds and giving myself 42 days to do a sprint triathlon, which was just pretty much a 2-hour workout. And I was able to do that. Like I've always been physically fit if I want to do that, but I have a lot of things going on. And I think that's what happens to so many of us is that we push time. We set aside time for working out and going to the gym, and we're able to do that for a while. But while you're at the gym, you are sacrificing that time with other things. And eventually that pleasure trap of avoidance of pain starts kicking in, and you start to realize that I don't want to keep going to the gym and hurting myself. And I'm feeling better because I've lost the first 20 or 30 pounds that I've needed to lose. And then you start to you start reducing that time that you're allotting for going to the gym, or you start missing the gym, but you never fixed your diet. And the only reason why you were ever in a calorie deficit was because of your activity in the gym. And you need to get yourself in a calorie deficit by eating large volumes of food that are kind of hard for your body to digest. And the best way to do that is to eat a whole food plant-based diet, because that is when the food has its cell walls and it has its kind of structure that your body has to work to get those nutrients. When you're eating these fried chicken sandwiches, your body doesn't have to work to get the calories from that because it's all in the grease for the most part. And that gets easily absorbed by your stomach lining. But when you eat the whole food, you have those cell walls that get between the nutrients and your stomach lining, and it reduces the amount of calories that you can absorb. And so Carrie says, we've done that a million times, cut calories and then work out a ton. But as soon as something throws a wrench in the routine, you lose control. Yes, because you were using the gym we were using the gym as our way to get to the calorie deficit. We were eating an excess amount of calories of foods that had very high calorie density. We were eating them in excess of what our body could burn in a day. And so we had to do that working out. And again, being fit, going to the gym, having goals to do 5Ks or sprint triathlons or doing, longer marathon like runs or bike rides, it's awesome. And I think that everybody that has the time to do that and wants to do that should absolutely pursue doing that. But if you don't have the time to do that, or you don't want to make that a mandatory part of your life, then you have to change the food you eat, because eating is a mandatory part of life. Like, you don't get to choose to eat or not eat, but you do get to choose the foods that you put into your mouth and the foods that you enjoy. And again, eating a whole food plant-based diet is the way to eat the biggest volume of food. That salad that I showed on the screen there, that was as large as any meal as I used to eat. And I used to eat big meals. Like, I would go to the fast food place up the road and I would get, a large size value meal and another chicken sandwich on the side, because I had to have 2 different forms of protein every time I went to a fast food restaurant, because of some sort of trigger in my head that a value meal wasn't enough food. I had to get another sandwich and possibly another side to make it a full meal. And that bowl of salad and those 2 potatoes that I had for dinner last night were as much volume as a lot of those meals that I would get from fast food restaurants are. And the calorie count was a fraction, like probably a quarter of the calories that I would, probably even less than that, honestly. I used to eat ridiculous amounts of food. But I still get to eat a volume of food, lower calorie density, and it works so much better. And it's way cheaper. Yes, I was spending a lot of money on fast food. But yeah, so I was talking to my buddy and he was telling me all this stuff, and it's awesome. Like, that he was able to do that kind of workout and stuff. But when I talk about what I believe that, like, I don't, because I could have taken the time to try to correct my friends or to have a discussion, but I let it slide. But I wish that more people were paying attention to this type of stuff. Like, I think that there's a lot of people that make money off of that chicken salad that you buy from their fast food restaurant, and you think you're doing something healthy, but in reality, you are just eating a big, a huge, you're contradicting yourself by eating the spinach salad or whatever they make their salads out of, and then also having fried chicken on top of it. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot, or you're trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom of it. You're not making, it's the a little bit of something unhealthy is okay. Like, well, 2/3 of and 2/3 of the volume was salad. Like, so it was better than just having chicken sandwiches, but it wasn't as good as just having 100% being salad. And in reality, your body would have been just as satisfied, but your taste buds are less satisfied. You're choosing that dopamine pleasure over nourishment. And then the other side of it, I with the friend that is eating calorie restricted, I just again, the myth of moderation, the idea that eating less food than you're designed to eat is going to be something that you can sustain. And, and there's also a lot to do with prescription drugs too, because I know that friend is taking, he has some medical conditions that causes him to take drugs to help regulate blood pressure, things like that. And who knows what kind of appetite suppressing mechanisms those drugs have. And so that also comes to my mind. And because I know what phentermine did to me. And phentermine isn't designed to be a weight loss drug. I'm not even sure what well, I guess that's what they prescribe it for now, but I don't know that that was its initial reason for it being in existence. But I know the power that these pharmaceuticals have on appetite suppressant. I mean, I had this experience when I was 19 or 20 years old, and I was taking Advocare, and at the time it had ephedra in it, and it was the greatest thing ever. I had friends that were taking, I don't know if it was hydroxycut at the time, but they were taking those ephedra containing drugs back when I was in high school, and they were losing weight. And so as long as you can stay on those, the big theme of it is that you're relying on an external source for your weight loss, whether it's prescription or going to the gym, and you're not putting the focus on what made you fat. Taking a prescription drug for the most part isn't what makes people fat, and going to the gym isn't what makes people fat. It's eating junk food. It's eating the wrong food that's making us fat. And we try to fix everything but what's causing the problem. And if you take the time to fix what's causing the problem, then you have that time to do other things because you're fixing something that you're already doing. Like, we spend a lot of time with getting our food together, but it's not an extraordinary amount more time than we were before, or because we were able to buy things before, we had to earn the money to buy that, which is the time that I have to be at work, or we have to be doing things that earn us money. And that is also time, so we may spend more time cooking from scratch, but the ingredients are really cheaper, and it gives us better control over our diet than the amount of money that we would spend going out to fast food, or going and getting pizza out, or going to a restaurant, and saving the time. But the time of actually eating isn't saved. We're eating the same amount of time. The preparation is different. And so that was a big kind of part of this. Before I started this, I was kind of in that mindset that I needed to find a way to make it on me, because I was so frustrated from what happened in 2013 when I was taking that prescription appetite suppressant. And I thought that I had it figured out. I went on television with my doctor on a local kind of before the 5 o'clock news kind of program, and was toting how I had it all figured out. I knew what I was doing. And not once in the whole interview did me or the doctor talk about the prescriptions I was taking. It was all about victim mentality and having the confidence to push through and to know that you can do this. And the whole time that I was saying that, I was being propped up by this prescription drug. And I really wanted to be able to sit here, look in this camera, and say that I'm doing this without any outside help. Well, other than my wife, which is really helping me a lot. But I could eat this way without her making a bunch of the food for me, because I would eat simpler, and I think I would be still satisfied. And I would have taken the time to learn to cook more food than I do now. But I'm not relying on shakes. I'm not relying on meal programs. I'm not relying on prescription drugs. I'm not relying on point systems or membership programs that I have to sign up for, or classes that I have to take. It's really been me getting control of the calorie density of the food. I'm not even in control of the volume of the food I'm eating yet because I don't restrict the volume. I just change the density of the food. So I think I'm going to get out of here today. I really appreciate everybody for checking out the live stream and all the support I've gotten over the past week since being on Chef AJ's channel. I know I have a lot of people in the comments after the video say that they found me from Chef AJ. So I appreciate all of the comments I've been getting. Rosemary, I appreciate all your comments. I know that you watch my videos, and so I wanted to give you a shout out. And then everybody in my live stream today, Anthony and Jane and Connor and Carrie. I think that was everybody in there today. I really appreciate all you guys. I will be back on tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the week. Everything is super busy at work, like always. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. Click the thumbs up to like the video. Click the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started today. If you've gotten off the wagon, get back on the wagon today. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing. Oh, and Pretty's Girl's mom. Yes, I missed you. So congrats on the weight loss and have a good evening. But there's no reason to wait. Nobody ever gets to their goal, looks back and says, man, I wish I would have waited that weekend. Everybody looks back and says they wish they would have started way sooner, years sooner, decades sooner. Nobody regrets getting started. So get started right now. Don't fall for the 2 myths of moderation. I kind of talked about them today. The myth of moderate change, the idea that you can slowly eat better. I'm going to start ordering the salad from Chick-fil-A instead of getting the value meal with the extra fries. I'm going to get the salad, and that's going to be healthier while I'm still eating this. You're never going to fully make that commitment to that change that needs to be made. If you want to see big changes, you have to make big changes. So don't fall for the myth of moderate change. The myth of moderate consumption, the idea that if I just eat less of something that's unhealthy, that I will get healthier. The idea that I can cut my portions down in half and I can maintain that for the rest of my life is ludicrous, because if it could be done, and if it was being done, there would be thousands of people that are skinny today that are still fat. There would be millions of people that are skinny today that are still fat. If we could actually fight that mechanism in our body that strives to get a full belly of food. So don't fall for the myth of moderate consumption either. You guys all have a great night. I will see you tomorrow.